Yep, it's been a while. Hello and welcome back to another piano snack tutorial. I'm Michael and this is the episode 27 where I will show you how to complement your right hand playing with your left hand playing. Yeah, you have noticed it's been a while, so I was like 3 weeks not uploading a video because I was a bit sick. But yeah, now I'm back on track and with a new topic. So I hope still a few people are joining. If you want to catch up, there is a playlist over here where you can watch all the other episodes that I recorded. And for now I would say let's start. So when we have a look here on the piano, mostly we played patterns, like full chords or patterns to complement our right hand playing. So if we go in the A minor scale again and play a little bit around. Or we had, for example, that we had like a fixed pattern, like so. And now what we want to do is, like, if we play in the right hand, to complement the things we are playing with a left hand, or try to fill it up. So I show you just here. So you saw I played all the time now something different, that responds basically to these things I play in the right hand. So if you want to start with it, a good term is, like, for example, to play first every time a full chord to make for you and other people clear in which chord you are, and then you break it up. For example, you play that's, for example, then quite helpful. So also what I can recommend is that you can that you fill up the gaps. So for example, if you play a long tone in the right hand, then you fill it up with like a pattern, and then you play the next. So what also is nice is then to play the octave on top, for example, and so that gives you a bit more variety in the chords. So because basically at the moment we are just breaking chords, but we try to build up the melody. So you can also try, for example, if you play the chord first, and then you play a broken chord that goes then in the tone up. So basically that you would play like with the octave on top, but you play this already in the right hand, and from there you go with the melody. So then you have like a seamless transition from the chord to the melody. What you also then can try, like now we just we're breaking chords, but you can also try then to just fill the gaps with tones that are in between. So you can just take, for the easiness, you can just take the tones that are already in the scale. So for example, A minor would be all the white tones. So and then you play, for example, so you just, for example, just follow the tones, go to the next bass tone, or another tone of the chord, like don't have to be necessarily the bass tone. So you don't have to be afraid there that something sounds weird. Yeah, sometimes it's maybe not like the things you want, but in general it should be like this, that everything somehow fits, because if you are not leaving the scale, every combination somehow works, like some working better than others. But yeah, we discussed this already in another episode where we talked about like the tonic, subdominant and dominant. But yeah, in general everything fits in the scale, so all the 7 tones, A minor. You can go over the whole keyboard with it, do whatever you want. So you can also play, like for example, that you play deeper in the bass, for example. So yeah, you have a lot of variety you can play with. So basically everything is allowed. You can also then switch, for example, in another scale. So for example, that you swap from A minor to C major. So for example, for the swaps between, for example, A minor and C major, there are these lines you can play, these fill-up lines, very nice. So you have, and then you're in A minor, for example, you can also play it like this. Also doesn't sound bad, but it sounds a bit nicer and a bit more elegant when you fill it up with these little plays. So yeah, I would say just try this a little bit, play a bit around, try to get a bit out of your patterns you learned in the left hand, and just try to complement the melodies you play in the right hand. So just follow the rhythm, that's a good example. You play in the right hand, or you fill up, if you have long tones, you fill up then with some plays in the left hand, you fill up the long tone from the right hand to just make it a bit more elegant, or you use it for switching scales, for example, and then to get a bit more smooth into the other scale. So yeah, that's from me for today. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I will go through them and we'll answer them in another video or directly in the comments. And yeah, I hope now, since I'm back, I am again more regular, so every week with a new video. And yeah, for now, I wish you a nice week.